Ladies and gentlemen, Tactical Vance here, and welcome to a flight test. Now today we are taking a look at the Buccaneer. I did the ship review probably about a week and a bit ago now, and I was going to do the flight test straight after, and I had flown the ship. I was so impressed with it. My take was there was something wrong with it because I enjoyed it so much. I was thinking maybe geometry's not been added. You can see, look, full turn. Super quick. Really quick. The acceleration on the thing is absolutely fantastic. When you fly the ship, you feel like you're really in control of it. I've made a really good connection with the ship, and I just feel like I'm in one with the ship. I know that sounds a bit crazy, but I had the same sort of feeling when I flew the M50, and I've always had that. The downside being with the M50, it's an interceptor, stroke racer. It doesn't really have the firepower to take out a big ship. You can take out smaller ships, it just takes a very long time due to the weapon loadout. But I just really like the ship. I sort of then went for the Gladius, because I like the manoeuvrability of the Gladius. I enjoyed that. Bit of a glass cannon. Weapons are okay, pretty good. This is in a different league. This is absolute awesome manoeuvrability. It has got really good firepower. The only thing I probably did mess up in, as you can see here, obviously I've got a combination of fixed, unfixed. What I should have probably done is put all fixed on all of them, swapped all the weapons out. But I sort of wanted to show you the ship, how it is out the box. That's how I've done all my flight tests. Otherwise it'd be slightly unfair compared to the other ships. What I could have done is actually lock the weapons. The thruster animations look so cool. I love what they've done with them thruster animations. They've added like little sparks coming out. I don't know if you can see that as well. Look really cool. I think every time I see these animations they get better and better. You can see from the front here as well. The weapons sound different from the outside. They sound almost like Star Trek, like Klingon Warbird. That sort of noise. I think that's where they got it from. That's my take anyway. You can see that it's got two sets of weapons on either side of the wing, and obviously the top weapon as well. Sounds really cool. The guns on the top sound quite meaty as well. Very impressed with the weapons. I think each ship we see now, they seem to get better and better. Okay, let's jump outside quickly, and we're going to take a look at the top gun. I think I'm on the dark side, unfortunately. Not necessarily a Star Wars, but I'm on the darker side of the ship. I've done a full review of this. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to go and take a look at that. I've looked at the bottom half. The only real thing we didn't see really was this gun, which does look pretty cool. Could have turned the ship around in the daylight. I can turn my torch on as well so we can see a little bit. The detail of this thing is absolutely amazing. Now clearly I'm making the assumption most people might swap this out if you get the ship, depending if you want to put fixed mount or what sort of loadout you prefer. Some people prefer all gimbal, some people prefer all fixed mount. I actually do prefer the fixed mounts because they do a little bit more damage. I just tend to fare better with them. So now we're going to jump into some Vandal Swarm, and let's see how we get on. Taking on a couple of ships. Now here we are in Vandal Swarm. Now one of the strengths of the Buccaneer is clearly the manoeuvrability and firepower. I was quite surprised that it seems to have both of them in quite bucket loads basically. I would have expected it to maybe have really good manoeuvrability with slightly less firepower, but the firepower is absolutely awesome, and I couldn't imagine what it'd be like if I changed all the weapons out and put fixed mounts on all the weapons. That would have been absolutely awesome. Now you can actually hold your finger down for the whole duration. It's very hard to actually overheat these weapons with this particular loadout. You can do, but it's literally hold your finger down for a ridiculous amount of time and you're going to regain quite quickly, or cool down shall I say. Tracking targets is really easy in this. You can outturn the majority of the ships. And this is why I sort of didn't make the review right at the start and do the flight test, because I was thinking, surely this couldn't be right. I'm just thinking that maybe this is obviously, it was almost like I said, the geometry, it was almost like it wasn't even connected. You just literally move the mouse, or in my case, a swear word there, I'm saying mouse. Move the mouse and it's pretty much, bar a couple of seconds, an instant turn. Now for me, I really like the M50. I got it because I like the manoeuvrability. Yeah, I agree, the firepower is pretty weak really. They called it interceptor stroke racer. You can intercept ships, but the only downside with that is you can't always take them out because the firepower is quite weak. You can chip at them, It's like having a pickaxe and chipping away something for 5 or 10 minutes before it actually dies. And the other ship that I got as well was the Gladius, because I like the manoeuvrability once again. I prefer them over the sort of tanky sort of ships. So I got myself a Gladius. I really, really like that ship. It is a glass cannon. Take a couple of hits sometimes and you can just blow up. It's got okay firepower. Now for me, who's someone who likes fantastic manoeuvrability, good firepower, I agree, this is no tank by any means. It's no way a mega tough ship. I really like the ship. So much so that for me, the Gladius really doesn't have a place anymore. I don't want to say it, I feel quite bad by saying that really, but it's partially true, guys. For my playing style, better than the Gladius. The only downside you really get is the lack of missiles, and I don't think that's a major issue. The lack of missiles is not the end of the world. The way that I see it, if you're playing Vandal Swarm, I agree. You would like to have more missiles because you're going more waves. But in reality, once we go into game and we're flying through the universe, if you come on one or 2 on 1, you've got enough missiles to deal with the targets. If you're dealing with multiple waves like in Vandal Swarm, I agree, you don't have the full missile loadout. But this has got fantastic firepower. With the right loadout on here, you don't really need the missiles that much. I agree, they are quite powerful and I do fire them a couple of times. You'll see in a minute, I'll give them a try. But you only get, I think, about 3 goes, so you don't get many goes, unfortunately. That's the only downside really. But if you're not buying it for a missile boat at the end of the day, you're buying it for sort of a maneuverable fighter with not necessarily fantastic armour. Like I said, going back to the Gladius, for me, this is it for me. I'm definitely going to be swapping it out, there's no doubt about it. Let me know what you think. I mean, if you've got a Gladius, if you tried this yet, there's going to be free flies. They always do free flies in Star Citizen. When it comes up, I'll try and give everyone a warning on the Facebook page and let you know. So there we go, you just saw the missiles there. Pretty much devastating when you use them, to be fair. There's no recovering from the missiles. I suppose you can chaff. Might help you out, but with that many, particularly in Vandal Swarm, they're done, aren't they? And even with another ship, even if they chaff, there's a high chance that the missile still gets through. Doesn't mean that chaff is always going to disrupt the missile. Don't get me wrong, the Hornet is a fantastic ship, but it's a different type of playing style. And I really like this one. I always like the Gladius playing style. And for me, this has really taken that spot, undoubtedly. There's no doubt about it. So let me know in the comments, guys, are you thinking about changing or are you sticking with your Gladius? What you're deciding to go for? If you like them sort of fast fighters that with great manoeuvrability and good firepower, minus a bit of armour, you definitely want to be keeping an eye out for a free fly as well, so you can try it out and see what you think. The last thing on the agenda today, guys, if you're looking to join a Star Citizen / gaming community as well, check out the link in the description below. So that's everything for me, guys. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye now.
System damaged. Shield system online. Missile locked. You are out of missiles. Congratulations. Target.